What's going on, y'all? Grind and Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. And unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know your boy Trump has recently won the presidential election. And I think it's due to the fact that Kamala Harris and them have ran a horrible campaign in these past, 2 months or so. It was quite misandrous, as Philip Scott said on his show. I agree with him wholeheartedly. You know, every other word about black men was stupid, uneducated, spreading misinformation, this, that, and the third. They even talked down on some black women that didn't agree with the whole Democrats and their little silly ideologies and all that kind of stuff. But I personally think that also they're not offering anything. Kamala Harris didn't have any policies that were really looking good to anybody black. She kind of already said she wasn't going to do anything for black people. That, somebody's going to be like, she did the thing for black men. She did the thing for black men. Well, we already looked at that, and it was just basically a nothing burger that was a lift-all program, as Tariq Nasheed would say. So that's not anything specifically for black men. We saw her do the thing for the Asians. So go ahead and get us right, too, But it's funny because overwhelmingly still, black people voted for Kamala Harris, black men and black women. But for some reason, you have a few crazy, irrational women on the internet that are still talking down on black men and saying the craziest things and quite stupid things. We're going to go ahead and check out a few of these clips. I'm going to say what I have to say about it. Of course, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. Let's go.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years.
If you've been supporting the channel for a while, then you probably remember when we talked about this high-calorie individual right here, man. She's always been irrational. I think she was talking about dating or something like that. She was expecting men to provide her with an Uber and then take her on a lavish date to a 5-star restaurant. And then he needs to also have a penthouse apartment and all this kind of stuff. Like, bro, you're fat. You're fat. And, I don't know. I guess I'm sound phobic or whatever, but I think that when you're fat, I think you don't really have a say on anything. I don't want to hear much of what you have to say. I don't want to hear anything about discipline. I don't want to hear anything about anything life advice because, while this lady's talking about abstaining from SEXuals for the next 4 years, we see that she can't abstain from the foods. She can't get herself right with a diet. She abstained from chapstick in the gym, but she can't abstain from the foods, which is crazy to me, and it's just like you're just so, you have no room to be talking. That's all I think. Like you have no room to be talking. You're severely looks challenged. You're big as hell, high calorie, and you're sitting up here talking about something. Yeah, this is what we need to do. Do what we need to do. Nobody wants to hear you say anything. Nobody. I need to also know, where's this lady family from? Because she don't look like she. I don't know. She look not like us. You know what I'm talking about? But let's go and see what else this woman has to say. And I'm, of course, going to have some more things to say. Let's get it.
In protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency health care, you're and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the Handmaid's Tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit. I'm sorry to the women and minorities who aren't going to get the help that they need in the next 4 years. I'm sorry for the people who are impoverished, who are just going to keep dying from starvation and lack of healthcare and lack of governmental support. People are actually praising this guy, and it's a freaking joke. Look at the states he won. You won't catch me there. You'll catch me in New York City. And I'm sorry to all the women who are going to suffer in these bumpkin-ass, small-ass little towns because of this. Reason why I'm a New Yorker and always will.
So she didn't mention black men specifically, but I think she was aimed at black men as well as other men. She seems to have a bit of a misandrous mindset, and as well as the Cynthia G gene. And I would say she has the Cynthia G gene because I'm sure she grew up around black people or in close enough proximity to black people to the point where she was asking black dudes out as a young girl in middle school, high school, elementary school, and she's getting rejected left and right because we're looking at her. She's big as hell. She looks challenged. Not too many men are going to be going for that, so that would actually make you develop a vendetta against black men. And then also you have to think about just like how I said for black men with non-black women, I think the same goes inversely for black women with non-black men. If you're ugly, you're basically an animal. If you're decent, you're ugly. If you're pretty, you might just be decent, or you're actually pretty to non-black men. And in this case, I don't think anybody's giving her any grace. So, yeah, there's that. Also, her talking about the whole abstinent little thing is crazy. You know, she's going to be able to do that easily because she looks challenged and she's big as hell. There's going to be one or two chubby chasers out there that are going to be interested. But for the most part, she'll probably have SE actuals 3 times within these 4 years. Y'all like how I gave her that low ball number? But yeah, I think as far as this whole abortion thing goes, I think that if you're willing to have abortion, then you might as well just go ahead and have birth control, because I think abortion is actually more damaging to your body than having birth control, wouldn't it be? And then, you know, you can actually prevent that in the first place by just having birth control. Like a lot of women be like, I'm a gain weight and it be messing up my belly and all that. Man, just take it, bro. Take it. If you're so worried about abortion, just take it. I personally think that, you know, a lot more women should be more responsible. I do think that they're a little bit rigid with the rules about it, but I think you should be more responsible. I think that there probably should be like 1 or 2 mishap. You know, you just get the I messed the money up abortions, but after that, you know, you have to go and just have her kid and play by the rules. That's how I feel on it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check out the next little clip here. This lady's irrational and her ears are drooping really badly. So we're gonna see what she has to say, and while she's saying it, I would dare say that her ears drooping makes her angry at the world, but I'm not sure. Let's go.
I really do not like crying on the internet, but I'm not even about to pretend like this some shit that I'm finna be embarrassed about, bro. Like, I ain't never been so devastated behind an election, and it's just like, when you a black woman surrounded by black men, and they say all this shit like, oh, he's not that bad, and oh, he just hates everyone, bro. Like, it was my brother homeboy I was talking to the other day, a black man, and I found out that he's a Trump supporter. I'm like, he does not like you, and he was like, oh no, he just don't like everybody. What? So that's a good candidate for you? Someone who just hates everybody? Like, what?
So a few things I'm not really rocking with in her first part of the argument is, I'm devastated about it. Like, are you one of them type of people that's running around here like, he gonna put us back in slavery? He's gonna put us back in slavery? And that's like, man, shut up, man. Like that's so cowardly, man. Shout out to Black Light Revelation. It's super cowardly. Are y'all really about to just sit here and just let it happen? So y'all just gonna go ahead and line up like the Mutant Registration Act and get put in some little camps? Come on, man. There's gonna be a big time war before that happens. I'm definitely not going out. I'm not gonna be here because I'm going out with a bang. But yeah, and then the second thing she talks about, he hates everybody. I would actually say that in a way, you could say the Democrats actually hate everybody too, based on the way they've been running the country. Horrible prices with inflation, an outrageous amount of illegal immigrants. They're giving them money at the same time, watching you work 3 jobs, be poor, all this kind of stuff, barely make it. And then they're so worried about this LGTV situation, they obviously don't want population, because LGTV equals 0 population, in my opinion. So what are we really saying? You could actually say the Democrats hate everybody as well. They just do it in a sneaky, snaky, roundabout way. While Trump is not that great of a candidate, I think that at least there are certain things he's going to do that will make things better for everybody. And already he's talking about the whole illegal situation, so that's cool. But let's keep going.
And I'm crying in my room this morning. My brother gonna come up in here and say, what's wrong with you? Like, he can't think of one possible reason why I would be upset right now, bro. These niggas are so fucking, they live on another planet. And it's because none of this shit affects men. That's why. Men don't give a fuck about nothing that don't directly affect them. If it does not directly affect men, they do not give a fuck. Because hating women is the whole reason he got elected in the first place. The first time he got elected, he ran up against a woman. Second time, he ran up against a man, and it wasn't even a candidate, and he lost. He ran up against a woman again, and he won, because y'all just hate women. That's all it is. We couldn't even get a white lady in office. Of course, they wouldn't go vote for no black lady. And it's like, people just, either people don't give or they're genuinely not grasping how this shit is. And it's just like somebody commented on my last video when I was like in the club, we all crying, talking about, oh, y'all are so dramatic. Dramatic? This is dramatic? Like, this is an extreme underreaction.
Yeah, this is definitely a dramatic reaction to the whole situation. Also, your ears are extremely dramatic. And let's go ahead and talk about a few things that she mentioned within this little argument. First, you know, obviously she mentioned the abortion thing. And like I said earlier, just take birth control. You know, if you want to have an abortion, which I think it's even more damage on your body. They have to actually go into your body and cut some stuff out and suck some stuff out and mess with your organs, and it hurts. Why would you want to do that when you can just go ahead and have birth control? But you said that my hormones, and it gonna make me gain weight. Get in the gym. Go work out. Prevent it. Then also she talking about some, y'all hates women. Y'all be hating women. No, nobody hates women. I think Kamala had a horrible game plan, horrible campaign. And then her track record speaks for itself. Her and Joe Biden. Joe Biden's big time trash. Like I said, top 5 worst presidents, dead or alive. And then, during a few of her interviews, after, a month or two, she actually said that everything Joe Biden did, I was with him. So that means illegal immigration, all these horrible prices, the LGTB, the favoritism for Asians. While I think Asians y'all should get some protection. I think it was a little bit of favoritism. As many other things that happened, I just don't get it. I don't get why nobody should be rocking with the Democrats at all, because nothing that they're saying makes sense unless you're an irrational person like this woman here. I feel sorry for whoever her boyfriend is or whoever it is that tries to court her. She seems very irrational and dramatic. You're going to get somebody that's crying. Anybody that's crying about the election, to me, is a little crazy. Your ears shaped like that. Obviously, you're a little crazy because you had gauges at some point and you thought it looked good. That's offset to me. You throw it off. Also, she's cursing constantly. She's mad at her brothers and all this kind of. She's just weird. She's weird, and just that's all I got to say, man. Her argument's I'm not really rocking with it. She's blaming black men, even though there was a host of other men that were doing the same thing. Latino men and white men. She didn't say anything about them, which I think is lame. That she decided she was going to blame black men when we voted for her the most. But let's go. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out with this tweet right here, which is crazy. We got FBA Hive says, I reported Jamaican tethered to ICE. Bye-bye. And guess what she says? To the black men in Georgia that voted for Trump, next time a cop has their knee on your neck, please leave us black women out of it. Why would you say something like that? And all these black women that are making videos saying stuff like that, you are crazy and you are a coonologist. Also, this woman is definitely putting on some extreme tetherpalooza right here, man. I would love to see her be deported. That'd be actually funny, man. Anybody that's talking like this, you just deserve to be ostracized and out of the community, basically, in my opinion. It ain't that serious. It's not that serious at all. But man, what do you guys think about all the different arguments or silly things that women were saying? What do you guys think about the whole abortion chronicle? Do you think that it is a little bit too rigid and they should just really go back to how it was? Do you think that things are fine the way they are and women just should probably take birth control and be a little bit more responsible with who they decide to go ahead and bust and take them up through there? Or are you just an LG TV joker that's like, I want to bust on booties. Bussy. That's all that comes to your mind. Bussy. But yeah, man, that's it for the video right there, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down in the comments below. If you watched up to this point, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.